It's not a downgrade or an upgrade. You just wasn't cutting it anymore, and you got left. That, and it's okay. It's okay to be hurt. Hi, loves. Hi, friends. Thank you for joining me. I don't want to waste too much of your time doing the intro, so let's just get into it. Today I want to talk about a few things, a few phrases, or a few, I don't know what you want to call them, a few things that a lot of people say that I think we probably should just rethink a little bit, or just like unpack a little bit. And yeah, I think it'll make sense when I get onto it. I always have to write things down. So yeah, number one is when people say things like, if he wants to, he will. If she wants to, she will. If they wanted to, they will. And listen, I get it. I understand, where it's coming from, in the sense that, if someone's telling you, oh, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, and they don't, it's like, well, if you wanted to, you would. But here's the thing, there are a few things in people's lives that stop them from doing what they actually do want to do. And I think it's a bit, not egotistical or whatever, I don't know, it might be egotistical, I don't know English, but my point is, I think it's a bit like self-centered to think that you are the only, not the only thing, but you are some big main priority in somebody's life. Yeah, I can like you or love you or respect you, and I could indeed want to do certain things for you or do certain things that will please you or make you feel good, but I just can't. And I know someone's going to be like, oh, yeah, if you wanted to, you would make it work. And it's like, yeah, but is that a bit that, let's not be naive. Do you know what I mean? For example, I always like examples. Let me think. So if, like, I don't know, your baby's busy, I always do romantic examples. It's so annoying, but it's the easiest thing for me. So for example, if I don't know, your boyfriend's like mad busy on this project that he's working on, and he's just like, babe, I can't do date night this week, and I can't do date night next week, and I probably wouldn't be able to do date night the week after that. And you're like, oh, well, if you wanted to, you would. It's like, no, bitch, I'm busy. And don't get me wrong, that's not to say that he should just like, leave you hanging or whatever. A little text, a little call, a little 2 minute voice note, just to check in and just to be like, oh, I'm thinking about you, da da da, cool. But you can't kind of be like, oh yeah, if he wanted to, he would. If you're so busy, like, people are busy. Number one. Also, number two, like, life is hard. I'm sorry. Like, I might want to, using another example, like, if I want to come out for my friend's birthday or something, but I'm just not in the right headspace. I'm not coming out. I don't give a heck. Like, and I can say absolutely to my friend, oh, I really wish I was there. It would be ridiculous for her to come back to me and be like, oh, well, if you wanted to, you would. It's like, you don't know what I'm going through in my life. I could be broke as shit, like, and I can't afford to come to your birthday dinner. And that's another thing that I've seen quite a bit. People getting a bit, hacked up about birthday dinners and who's coming and who's not coming. Like, if I can't come, I can't come. Relax. Like, and whenever I do, like, I do not like birthday dinners personally. I don't know why, but it stresses me out. I love my girls. I love being around my girls, but something about having a dinner on my actual birthday, not my actual birthday, but around my birthday, it just makes me feel like, ooh, I'm shy. Everyone's coming out here for me. I feel awkward. But not to ramble on. Yeah, I just feel like you can't turn around and be like, oh, if you wanted to come, you would. There's so many different things that are going on in people's lives, and that is absolutely not to say that these people, communicate, if you can. But like, life is hard. You are not the main character in somebody else's story, and if you feel, slighted, or if you feel like, oh, you're taking the piss out of me, basically, like, you can say like, babe, I know you're busy with this project, but like, I would like us to spend some time together, even if it's not date night. I can come see you, or something like that. Make it work. But I think taking the stance of, yeah, if you wanted to, you would, it's a bit like, leave it. So relax. Sometimes we get in our heads, and then, either we think, oh, we're not good enough for them to put all their shit aside and make it work. It's like, no, no, no. Life is hard. Like, people are going through shit. You're not the main character in everyone's story. You're the main character in your story. And absolutely, honor yourself, honor your desires, your needs, and all of that. But you can't make people villains just because, if somebody is not doing what you want them to do. You can be like, okay, babe, this is what I need. You're not giving it to me. Adios. Cool. But I feel like framing it as if he wanted to, he would. It's a bit somehow. It smells a little bit like my life is hard. I want to be present for you, absolutely, but I can't always do that. Next. Oh, this one is so funny to me. When people are like, oh, I'm irreplaceable. You'll never find nobody like me. It's so funny. Especially, you know what? I've had in my past, you like breaking up with somebody. Obviously, I can't break up with somebody I'm not with, but I'm just like, babe, I don't want to do this no more. I'm good. And they're like, I loved you. You never find somebody that loves you like I do. And I'm thinking, that number one, that's kind of the intention. That's the point. I don't really want this kind of love anymore. That's where I'm heading now. Number two, it's like, this wasn't like, I feel like this was not, it's not giving what you thought it was giving. Like, this wasn't that deep for me. But now you're here crying because I want to be gone. I'm irreplaceable. Let me tell you, everybody is replaceable. I just think everyone is irreplaceable. No, wait. Let me get my thoughts right. Everyone is replaceable. Like, you're not. I'm sorry. I don't know. Again, I just feel like, I don't know if we're proud people or egotistical people. You're not that great. Like, let me just rephrase. We're great. Are doing our best. You're wonderfully and beautifully made, and yes, absolutely. But I feel like sometimes there's this sense of, for lack of a better word, I'm going to call it ego. If it's not the right word I'm using, please feel free to correct me. But English is not my first language. But I feel like sometimes we get into this like really proud thing of, somebody either dismisses you or rejects you, then it's, oh, you're never gonna find somebody like me. Yeah, you can never do better than me. Anybody you go to from now will be a downgrade. No, like, I don't want you. It's not that deep for upgrade, downgrade. That's another thing that's a bit weird. Like, why does the next person I go to after you, why must it be an upgrade or downgrade? Like, this ain't no phone contract. I'm not upgrading or that. I'm just moving on. Like, people are always like, yeah, oh, she's a downgrade. She's not even that buff. Or, oh, she's a downgrade. She don't have a fat bum. That's not the point. Uh, it's not the point. Or, oh, she's a downgrade. She can't even cook. She's just a pretty face. That's not the point. It's not a downgrade or an upgrade. You just wasn't cutting it anymore, and you got left. And it's okay. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to. I feel like sometimes we don't process our emotions properly, myself included, by the way. I just feel like, take a step back. You don't need to make people feel inferior in your mind for you to feel good. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you might not be cussing this person out, the upgrade or the downgrade, but trying to make people shit in your head to make yourself feel better is a bit weird. Number one, like, you don't have to say, oh, she's not even that buff, just so that you feel like, yeah, I was buff. I don't know what he sees in her. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Like, unpack your emotions. Oh, he left me or she left me. Man's feeling kind of hurt still. Like, I thought da 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 da. Like, talk about it. Unpack your feelings. Like, sit in your feelings. I feel like we go into this, I don't know, what's the word? Like, boom. Oh, I'm hurt or I feel rejected. Then you just overdrive. I'm irreplaceable. You'll never find somebody like me. Blah, blah, blah. Just sit in your feelings, man, and like figure out what you're actually feeling. Like, you don't have to be so reactive all the time. Like, sit in it. And that's something that I try to do a lot. Like, sometimes if someone pisses me off, yeah, I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you for now. Let me just sit down for a day or two, figure out myself, and then if I do feel like it's something that I have to say, then at least I can come to you, you know, properly and like communicate what I feel. But I just feel like framing yourself as irreplaceable is a lie. And also, yeah, I might not find somebody like you, but the person that I choose after you, hopefully, is going to fulfill what I need. And you just maybe weren't fulfilling those needs anymore. And it's okay. It doesn't make you any less of a person, but maybe I still replaced you. So next, I can't see. I wear glasses, so this is a joke. I actually can't see that. Oh, there we go. This is one of my favorite ones, and I see a lot on Twitter, on Tumblr, on them quotes on Pinterest. If you don't love yourself, nobody will love you. Even all these bloody self-help coaches, life coaches, motivational speakers. If you don't love yourself, no one's gonna love you. If you don't treat yourself well, how are people gonna treat you good? Or if you don't respect yourself, how can I respect you? I think all of that and every iteration of that statement is absolute bullshit. And it basically, what it does, in my opinion, is basically make people treat people like shit. If you don't love yourself, no one's going to love you. That's a lie. That's fundamentally a lie. Because you don't have to love yourself for somebody to love you. You don't. That's just the fact of the matter. There's so many times that I have not loved myself. There's so many times where I've definitely thought of myself as a failure, as ugly as shit, not even just like physically, but everything. I'm just like, I'm not in my mood. And in those moments, those are the moments where my loved ones, my friends, their love has picked me up. Their love has, for lack of better, healed me. Their love has put me together. Because they love me, I was able to get out of that funk. It's not, oh, if you don't love yourself, nobody's going to love you. Absolutely not. I said it before, we as a community, as a society, we literally have problems. Because you can't go around saying because somebody doesn't love themselves, you're going to treat them like shit. I get it, self-love. But we cannot pretend that the outside, our society, do you know what I mean? Like, we can't pretend that our environment doesn't affect us as individuals. And as we know, the world has so many problems in this 2021. So you can't turn around and be like, oh, if you don't respect yourself, how am I gonna respect you? And also that particular iteration of the phrase is almost always used against women who either showing too much body or slipping around or doing whatever the fuck they like, basically. Then it's, oh, if you don't respect yourself, if you're fucking 10 man, then how can I respect you? You will motherfucking respect me. That's how. You will find a way to do it, or I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, basically. Small joke. But I feel like instead of saying if you don't love yourself, nobody's gonna love you, we need community. I don't know if it's the world. I don't know if it's just the fact that we're in 2021 and we've evolved in like a backward way, or I don't know if it's like a Western thing where community isn't. You know what I mean? Like there's so much of healing in community, in people, in groups, in tribes. Like you're not an island. I'm sorry. You don't have to love yourself all the time as well. I know we want to shout self-love all the time. You don't have to love yourself all the time. And it's also a bit unrealistic. Like, I mean, ideally, yeah, it would be great for every time you think you're the Don Dada, you're the, you're a real G. But we all have bad days. We all have off days. Sometimes off weeks, off months. Do you know what I mean? Where you just don't feel right. And I don't think that, making it out like, oh, if somebody doesn't love themselves, then other people won't love them. I don't think that's helpful at all. I'm rambling on too much. I just feel like healing or self-love or just love in general, loving yourself it's not a one-man job. And people, again, similarly, when people talk about, oh, self-esteem, I think there's a popular skit by, oh my god, it's either Cat Williams or one of these like popular comedians, like talking about, yeah, self-esteem is self-esteem. Like the thing is in this name, like you have to esteem yourself. Like why, basically kind of saying that why are you letting other people's chats or whatever affect you?
You done got with a nigga, now you talking about, you fucked up my self-esteem. Bitch, it's called self-esteem. It's esteem of your motherfucking self, bitch. How the fuck can I fuck up how you feel about you, simple bitch?
And I think that's really dishonest. That's a dishonest way of thinking about it and looking at it. I just feel like that is so dishonest because it's not true. Your self-esteem, I'm sorry, doesn't just depend on you. Like, if we can fully acknowledge that people sometimes do get insecurities because of all the shit that other people say, how can you then pretend that self-esteem is a one-man job? Like, yeah, do the work. Absolutely, do the work. But I think we should all be responsible for doing the work. There's all this talk about, so many people doing surgery. Everybody wants to do surgery, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, who do you think that's because of? They always talk about, oh yeah, girls nowadays, everybody want to do BBL, everybody want to look skinny. Everybody, who do you think that's because of? There's so many things in the media, on TV, that make it as though you need to look a certain way. So then people are doing that. Yeah, and of course people have their own individual reasons for doing that. Absolutely, I get that. But again, we cannot pretend that there is communal work that's happening when social trends come into play. What the fuck is that? To wrap up, we need community work. Yeah. If somebody doesn't love themselves, you love them. You show them love. You show them kindness and empathy and compassion. You do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, if somebody doesn't treat themselves right, you do. You help. You treat them right. What does it take out of you? Because you are so wonderful, right? You help. You be compassionate. You show love. That's how we are gonna get anywhere in this world, I think. Like, again, not to be a head in the clouds kind of person, but love will absolutely heal us, and love will have absolutely. I'm Nigerian. Oh my god, this H factor. Love will absolutely save us. That's what it is. Like, obviously, there are specific things we need to do. Do you know what I mean? But I think that that's important, and you might not be able to help all the time, but I just feel like let's just try. Let's just try not to make out like people are individual islands. They're not. We're all connected, and we're not going to get free until we do the work as a community. Like, does that make sense? Obviously, there are a lot of things wrong with this world, and some things, fuck all that love shit. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes violence in it, right? And I'm talking about like bigger issues, not necessarily bigger or smaller per se, but things like racism and stuff. For example, I'm not loving any racist motherfucker. It's violence. Like, let's it's violence. Do you get what I mean? Or even not just something like that. Even somebody literally disrespecting me, or calling me out of my name, or hitting, do you know what I mean? Whatever it is, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about love people who have clearly treated you like shit, or people who have manipulated you or abused you. No, fuck them. That one, fuck them for real. Like, that's violence. I'm talking about the day to day. I'm talking about your friends. I'm talking about your family. I'm talking about the people you work with. I'm talking about the people that you meet. I'm talking about your followers on social media. All of that. Like, yeah. That was a lot of talk. My God, I'm going to wrap up now. Those were just a few things. Just, hopefully it helps us just to rethink a few things here and there. I feel like I didn't bust a lot of jokes in this video. I feel like I didn't bust jokes the way I normally do. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway, because I know you lot are here for the banter. I hope to see you in my next one as well. As always, make sure if you liked it, comment, get into the chat, share with your friends, your people them, subscribe, so you're part of the community, you're part of this community. So I did that. And yeah, also, I didn't know people did this, but turn on your notifications so that you're notified when I post another video. And I hope to see you in my next one. Because I actually really enjoyed this, and thank you for being part of this. Yeah, as always, stay safe. This is cold out here in the street.